What's new about the Typhoon display this year?
Right, when we started at the very start of the season, looking at what we're going to do, some people ask, do you have to do what they did last year? Can you start from scratch? And it's the latter. We literally start with a blank piece of paper and take it from there. So what you see is literally everything that I wanted to do. So it is a brand new display which hasn't been done before. There are manoeuvres in there that you have seen before in previous years, such as the half cube into land, for example, the loop from takeoff, which we'd be crazy not to put in. So those manoeuvres are just highlighting the phenomenal performance of the aircraft and the manoeuvres that not many aircraft in the world can do. What's new this year? A lot of low speed work, so as well as wowing the crowds with a 700 miles per hour arrival, I'll then very quickly have the aircraft slow down to 100 miles per hour and just showcase how she can fly really, really well in the low speed regime. And we're talking as slow as a Cessna here as she comes past. And on top of that, what you haven't seen for many, many years is what we call dirty work. And that's where I have the aircraft slowed right down and then I lower the undercarriage as if we're about to land, and all of the surfaces are lowered. And again, I bring her right down to the minimum speed as if she's about to land, just to showcase again how manoeuvrable she is in that regime.
Okay, great. So we heard yesterday you climbed from ground level right up to about 8,000 feet in 4 seconds. So how does that feel?
It's good. I mean, it's hard to describe. I'm so used to it now, and obviously haven't done it, rehearsed it, and done it so many times through the season. I wouldn't like to say it's second nature, but I'm becoming more and more comfortable with it. And you know, in a day-to-day routine, we're taking that kind of performance from Typhoon into our day-to-day jobs as well. So it's something that every Typhoon pilot is au fait with, that kind of performance. That's not to say it's not remarkable anyway. I mean, it's just blistering performance. And I think, to quote one of my ex-bosses, he'll be angry with this, he said it climbs like a homesick angel. And I think that summed it up beautifully. And she really does. It's like a scolded cat as she goes up. It's amazing.
What about Bournemouth as a display site? What's special about it here?
Well, first of all, on the ground itself, we've been here over a week now. We actually based out of Bournemouth for some shows just last weekend, and we've been really, really well looked after, which is probably the best thing. Everyone's been so kind, and the facilities are amazing, so really, really well looked after, and we must thank Bournemouth for that. But for a display site, my favourite are the coastal sites, so performing over the sea. There are no hazards to worry about, no aerials, high ground, the usual things that come associated with displaying over land. So that's the best thing. I can get the aircraft right down as low as I'm entitled to go, down to 100 feet, without any worry about that. And secondly, I think is the crowds that are drawn here. It's just phenomenal. So we're looking at seeing crowds in excess of 600,000 lining the shores, and that's breathtaking. To look out of my aircraft as I arrive, just under 700 miles per hour, get a quick glance across and a quick gauge of the crowd, and it's amazing. It really is a phenomenal sight.
It's quite an amazing beach view that you have as well.
It is. It's beautiful, and to display in front of that and in front of that crowd it's a huge honour for me.
If somebody was thinking of coming to the Air Festival, we've got 1 day left to go, what would you be saying to them?
Get down as soon as possible. I couldn't commend it enough. It's not only obviously you've got the flying display, and the flying displays are so varied and incredible. You've got the best displays available, full stop, in the UK and foreign coming across here. So everything from fast jets to rotary. Chinook is an award-winning display. It's fantastic, and I commend people to come and see that. But on top of that, if you just look at all of the activities available on the seafront, amazing. So we took a wander down, and it's a long old wander as well, from one end to the other a couple of days ago, and it's amazing. You've got rides for the kids, there's stuff for the adults, there's everything you could want, and we managed to bring the weather as well. So get yourselves down here is what I'd say. Yeah.